Hello, everyone, and welcome to Armstrong in the Loop podcast. I'm your host, Seth Prentice. Today, I am joined by Kim Racan of the Warriors Rock and Studio E band. Kim, welcome to the show.
Thank you for asking me to be a part of it.
Kim, you and I have known each other for a few years now, and I've had the pleasure to see one of your concerts. But let's first talk to our listeners about what is Warriors Rock.
So Warriors Rock is a musical tribute concert that we do that stars veterans. And when I say it stars veterans, the concept and creation of the concert started with us thinking, how can we use our industry, which is music, and incorporate a veteran where it keeps the audience engaged? Because we all know that 90% of the people walking around have ADD now, and they're just limited as to what they can retain and what they like. They like action, they like entertainment. And so what we do is we pre-interview 8 to 10 veterans from whatever zip code we are doing the concert in. And we take those interviews, we give them to a producer who makes a mini documentary out of them. But these videos, the veterans are larger than life on a backdrop of the stage, and we present them and they introduce themselves, branch they served, when they served, what their role was. They tell a story, and then every interview ends with the song that reminded them of home when they were deployed. And then the band kicks into that song. So the interview could bring some tears to your eyes because they really are sometimes very gut-wrenching. They're just, what people miss when they serve or things that happen. And then you hear the music and it lifts you out of your chair into a good place. So lots of emotions go on. It's an education because the veterans' stories are just so interesting. It's things that we don't read about, we don't hear about on the news. It's them inside of the world that they lived in when they served. And the veterans are from World War II to the current conflict. So it's all different kinds of music with the stories of different generations of veterans.
And I'm sure that you've had a couple veterans, at least during your almost 5 years of doing this now, that probably are stories that they might not have told anyone else until
For sure.
During your interview.
Yeah, for sure. And hey, just to let you know, just like we forget how we age, this is our 8th year.
Wow. That's
Our 8th year of concerts, which when we started them, we thought, Gary and I said, we'll do one a year and present, we'll do this. And, Warriors Rock started out, that was the name of the concert, but it's now become a 501c3 because of the structure of what we do and giving all the ticket proceeds to a veterans organization. This is our 8th year.
Well, congratulations, and I couldn't let it go without bringing up. You mentioned Gary. Let's introduce the public to Gary if they might not know who your husband is.
Sure. So, Gary's been a vocalist, a professional singer since he was 17 years old. But in 1983, a group called the Vogues needed a new lead singer. They were a young group. They were young when they had their first couple hits on the charts, and their lead singer needed to leave to raise his family. So they asked Gary to replace him, which he did for the next 16 years. So he traveled really the world presenting the Vogues music on a concert stage, and the man can still sing like no other. So we decided in 2001, let's start your own band, Gary. You're just kind of leading a name, but your name's not part of that name. So we decided that we wanted to, for him to have his own band. So the 14-piece band that presents these concerts is Gary Racan and the Studio E band, and it includes 6 front vocalists, a horn section, a fiddle player, all live music with the greatest musicians. We have a great team. We call it a family, and Gary's still singing like people are just amazed by this man who is mature and sings better than a 20-year-old. It really is amazing.
No, and I think it's incredible that Gary still has that showman and entertainer part to it, and it looks like he comes out alive every time he touches the microphone and comes on stage.
And to know him, when people meet him, he's very shy. He's a very passive personality, and when he grabs that microphone, he owns the stage. Like you said, he comes alive. So I hear that's the sign of a true entertainer, so I guess he's a true entertainer.
Well, and the main reason we're here today is you're getting ready to bring the Warriors Rock concert to a new venue that hasn't been a host site for you yet, and that's
No.
Jurgle Rhythm and Grill here in Warrendale.
Yes. How about that?
Oh, it's incredible.
It's funny because a couple years ago, what happened was we started doing the concert, thinking we'll do one a year. The next year we did three. The next year was six. When people attend the concert, they want to bring it to their backyard. And so, in the past 2 years, we've been all over the country. Actually, can you believe we experienced the deck of the USS Midway in San Diego?
Wow.
A general from San Diego saw the show and said, "This is the most unique performance. I'm bringing you to the USS Midway." But a couple years ago, somebody had approached me about doing it at Jurgles, and I went and did a site check, and it's a nightclub. And I said, I just don't think it would work. You were used to doing this in theaters. Well, this past June, we were in New York, and we did a concert in New York at a nightclub. It wasn't my choice of a venue, but the team leader who brought it there, decided this is where it was going to be. It was phenomenal. And then I said, you know what? We'll do our last show of 2019 at Jurgles, where somebody wanted to take it a couple years ago. So thus, us being at Jurgles, and we're excited.
And your show will be on December 8th at 2 p.m. as you're doing a matinee Christmas show.
Yes, we are. So we're going to incorporate some Christmas songs along with, top 40 songs from the radio. It's not strictly just Christmas music. And so, yes, we have a veterans organization that will receive the ticket proceeds, which is Operation Proud to Serve You Again. But then we're also asking guests, if they can, to bring a small gift to donate to Toys for Tots.
No,
Toys for Tots representative will be there that day and unwrapped, because they need, of course, to examine gifts. So they would be unwrapped if we brought it wrapped. But yeah, I'm excited about that too, to make some children feel good too.
No, this is awesome. And Operation Proud to Serve You Again does have a website that we'll include in the episode information. How did you get connected with Operation Proud to Serve You Again?
Well, it's through a gentleman by the name of Bobby DeLucia, who is from that area. Bobby owns Star Transportation. But one of the parts of his company, and how I met Bobby, was I'm on the Parkway in Pittsburgh, and there's a car in front of me called Vets Taxi. And it said, made in the USA cars. They are run by a certain fuel saving, like some type of fuel and I'm reading this on this, and I said, Vets Taxi, I need to find out about this. So I called the number, asked to speak to the owner, and this happens to be an organization that is very near and dear to Bobby DeLucia's heart. And Bobby actually will be one of our interviewed veterans at the concert on December 8th.
That's fantastic. For tickets, I see that people can either pre-sale tickets are available and tickets are at the door.
Yes.
And you can go onto Jurgle's website as well.
Correct.
Awesome. Anything, Kim, that you would like to talk about, not only this show, but your future 2020 lineup of possible locations if people can't make it to the December 8th show?
The thing that I can tell them right now, we start planning the schedule in January, is to visit the website where we'll list them, or our Facebook page, which is Warriors Rock. But we start planning them in January, and we probably will have a dozen on the map. 6 will be in the Pittsburgh area. So, and of course, where I met you at in Connellsville, we always do that show around Veterans Day. So that's a given, the Sunday before Veterans Day. But other than that, we'll be doing, we did a show this past October at the Pittsburgh Playhouse,
Wow.
the new Pittsburgh Playhouse. So that'll be on the map again. We'll probably go back to Jurgles again. I have a feeling it's going to be a great show there. And just an FYI for those people who say, well, Sundays are Steeler games. The Steeler game's at 4:30 that day. So when our show ends at 4 o'clock, 4:15-ish, people can just stay and watch the Steeler game at Jurgles.
That's a great lead way into that. You're always thinking, Kim. I give you credit for that. And, the nice part is because of our relationship and the Armstrong and, Linda Shear relationship, we've had the opportunity to film your concerts. We actually broadcast one overseas to the veterans as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So if people would like to catch, some clips of your previous concerts, they are on YouTube as well. And I will post a link for that, as you have to see clips of the show to really understand what you and the band do.
Oh, we love it. We love it. We're blessed for sure that somebody whispered in our head to create this, because it's just something that, like I said, people, it's an experience, as you know, and we call it a renewal of patriotism. As you know, we end the show with God Bless the USA and bring all the veterans and active military to the stage, and it just makes you feel proud to be an American.
And we could use that about now.
Oh, for sure.
Anything else you'd like to share with us that we might have forgot about here today, Kim?
No, I'd like people to know that Warriors Rock is not a rock concert. The Warriors are the veterans, and they rock. Warriors Rock is music from all the decades, all genres. So no matter the age, you're going to hear something that you remember from the radio. And the band, Gary and the Studio E Band, perform the songs like you remember them. It's not their own interpretation of your favorite song. So, those are things that we like people to know, that it's not a rock concert. It's, variety music.
Well, Kim, thank you very much for joining us today. I wish you the best of luck on Sunday, December 8th at 2 p.m. at Jurgles in Warrendale. Tickets will be available at the door, and you can order online right now from Jurgles' website.
Awesome. Thank you, Seth, so much.
Thank you, Kim. For Armstrong, I'm Seth Prentice, keeping you in the loop. Are you enjoying Armstrong in the Loop podcast? Great news! All past and current episodes are available on popular streaming apps and websites. Search Armstrong in the Loop podcast and subscribe today.